Yesterday's price is not today's price.
As I sit here coming into 2025, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back from your holiday season. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. And I hope for those of you out there, if you're on the West Coast, if you're in Southern California, if you're in SoCal, if you're out there in LA County, any of those areas affected by the wildfires, I sincerely pray and hope my thoughts and prayers goes out to you and yours. I hope you got out of there safe. Who could have thought that 2025 would start off like that? I mean, it feels like every year something crazy has to kick off the new year. I could think all the way back to 2020 with the tragic death of one Kobe Bean Bryant. Not to be outdone and followed up by a global pandemic. Then we had to deal with 2021, 2022, 2023. 2024 kicked off with Cat Williams predicting all kinds of shenanigans taking place. And 2024 was a wild year for life in general and the comic book industry. Just when I think I've seen it all in the comic book industry, Mark Spears' Monsters happens. 1 second, folks, as I let my thoughts gather, because there's been a lot going on in life. As I sit here and sip on my supplement-infused hydration system, fresh from the gym, but I had to go ahead and do this show because I love to get these F.O.C. lists out to the masses, the ones of you who watch me live. 1 second. Good old essential amino acids, the building blocks of protein and muscles. Folks, I'm your host, J-Dub, the Bad Boy Nerd. Welcome to my F.O.C. Top 10 Countdown show, where every week I present 10 books that I like to highlight and showcase that I think that you should pay attention to. We are now officially heading into year 5 of me doing the F.O.C. Top 10 list. Year 4 was amazing. I need to do a 2024 wrap-up show because 2024 started off with Ultimate Spider-Man, which was my number 1 pick for F.O.C. way back in November of 2023. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 was my number 1 F.O.C. top 10 pick. Followed up by just a swarm of major picks for 2024. In fact, I could probably pull that up. You know what I need to do? I need to do a 2024 wrap-up show. I need to do a top 10 of the F.O.C. top 10. Who out there would be interested in that show? Raise your hand. So, in case you don't know, if this is your first time following me, or you've been following me in every different show and every iteration of the show that I've done solo with different people, different co-hosts, different guest spots, I usually end every year with a annual rookie list of the top brand new characters. And then I follow it up with the top 10, or sometimes the top 20, top 10, which were the top performing books that appeared on my F.O.C. top 10 list. I think I should do that show. I think that'd be a fun show to do. Um, I can tell you right now, the top performing book was none other than Mark Spear's Monster, which was on one of my F.O.C. top 10 lists going back to, I believe that F.O.C. week was August 30th of 2024. I actually had Mark Spear's Monsters coming in at number 10. And it turned out to be the biggest surprise book of the year. A couple other books. The most recent book that made my list was probably Ultimate, what was that called? I got it right. Yeah, Ultimate Universe, number 1. The variant cover, for those of you out there who follow me, this was on my top 10 list. If I believe it came in at number 1. I believe it came in at number 1. And I specified this is the cover you want to get. This is the cover. Of course, everyone's chasing after it. It might still be in shops, still on some shelves. It does sell online for up to $15. But yeah, how many of you out there think I should do a 2024 wrap-up show? I think that'd be cool to do. Now, if you watch my show every week, I do a market report update where basically I take a look at books that appeared on previous F.O.C. top 10 lists and see how they're doing in the market, and if they are going through the roof, if they're 2xing, 3xing, or in the case of Mark Spears, 1000xing. Yeah. If you follow my list, you could have pre-ordered Mark Spears Monsters, number 1, first prints, which are going from anywhere from $100 damn near to $200 as of right now. That's a $5, $6 book retail. So you probably would have a 1000xer or a 1500% X. Oh yeah, by the way, I want to do like a Bad Boy Nerd F.O.C. top 10 show as compared to the overall stock market, because I am a stock investor. I'm invested heavily in AI space. I'm invested somewhat in financing. I'm invested in a lot of stuff. Slightly in crypto. I'm not too big on cryptos, but I do have some crypto holdings. Anyway, just as a quick digress, anyone who's into investing on any level, if you can bring in 10 to 15% annually, you're killing the game. 20% per annum, you're killing the game. You're a guru. To follow my list and to have 10x's on returns, to own books within your personal collection / portfolio that you can purchase for $5 retail, right? And to have that book be worth $150, $175, Mark Spears, Monsters number 1, Bridezilla cover. The last highest price I saw was $175. To have a $5 investment turn into a $175 return, it's ridiculous. It's unheard. It shatters anything that can even come out of the stock market, except for a few quantum computer stocks I saw. Uh, I am really involved in investing. There are some quantum computer stocks out there that are having some insane returns. But I will say this. When it comes to the comic book industry, God bless the American comic book industry. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, has more healthy returns than buying certain key comic books, which is why I do this show in the first place. Let's start 2025 off with a quick story about J-Dub. Cue the tiny violin. So 2019, I got back into comic books, and I walked into just a random store here in Austin, Texas, and I said, "Hey, what's the hot book out right now? Where do I start?" And the guy pointed me to 3 books. He said, X-Men is pretty hot right now. A guy named Jonathan Hickman's writing. That was House of X, Powers of X. I said, oh, cool. Okay, I'll try that. And then he goes, DC Comics is launching this new title called Naomi. I don't know if you're into that or not. I was like, I'll give it a shot. Then he said, and then there's this horror comic book called Something's Killing the Children, if you're into that. It just launched a few months ago. It's like on issue number 4. This is a true story. He's like, I kind of sold out on number 1s, but you can still find them. That was my story in 2019. I'm going to cut to the chase. After a few months of hits and miss, I finally said, how do I get a hold of hot books before everyone snatches them up? And the guy said the magic words. Well, you can always order them on a final order cutoff. What the F is a final order cutoff? And then he explained it to me. Hence, we are here today, F.O.C. Top 10. I have pledged my life. I have pledged my life to identifying 10 books every week that should be of note. 10 books every week of note that you should keep a keen eye out for. That's a true story, by the way. That really happened just like that. Shout out to Tribe Comics. Eric, he put me on a path to greatness inadvertently. He didn't know it, but he created this monster. What's up, Ed? Hey, what's up, Ed? Oh, good Lord. You know, I'm a man of love and peace and happiness, Ed. And here's the thing. Let's just go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. I don't mind. I started this show with different people, all right? I'm not going to say I invented the wheel. Now, the story I just told you about Final Order Cutoffs in 2019 is a true story. And I did collaborate with different people. That really happened. I can control what I bring to the table. And any of you who follow me, you know, you've heard me say this umpteenth times. I do this because I love it. All right. I don't do this for fame or glory. I can't help if I'm right a lot. All right. I can't help that I'm good at what I do, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I've been reading comic books going all the way back to 1987. One of my earliest books as a little kid was literally Annual Spider-Man 21. And if you know your books, you already know what Annual Spider-Man 21 is. I bought that book as a 10-year-old. So now you know how old I am. Do the math. All right. I bought Annual Spider-Man number 21 as my first purchases. And I never stopped. So quick math, I've been reading comic books for nearly 40 years. I know the ins and outs of the industry. Never owned a store. I just read a lot. I'm a voracious reader. I also do a significant amount of research and studying. This is why I can pick a My Little Pony number 14. This is why I can pick Dungeons and Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures. This is why I can pick Mark Spears Monsters when nobody else was talking about it. This is why I can pick all these winners and be spot on correct. J-Dub, you like to pat yourself on the back a lot. You damn right I do. Well, for one, I have nice traps because I work out. And rhomboids and all that fun stuff. But two, I just do this for fun, man. It's just for fun, man. I just do this because I love it. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. Do you think I do this to be famous? I'm not even famous enough to even justify doing this. I do this no matter what. If I have 100 people follow me, I'm gonna do it. If I have 900 people following me, I'm gonna do it. If you make money from my list, I mean, God bless you, man. Like seriously, God bless you. And if you look at my list and ignore it, and then later on be like, man, how'd you know? Why is that popular? Dude, I don't know. I don't control the market. I just make lists. So yeah, if I say, hey, go out and buy Return of the Living Dead because it's a cult classic and Mark Spears is on the cover and it's going to have a low print run, and then it turns into a $15 book. I mean, yeah, I've been doing this a very long time. I just kind of know these things. By the way, I think I was maybe 11 years old when I actually watched this movie, first time in comic book format. that means something to a lot of people. Plus, Mark Spears is hot. So yeah, this for those who follow me, this was one of my picks, and as as usual, I was correct. It's pretty hot. It ended up on the homies over at CBSI's Hot 10 list. By the way, if you watched that show, you know that I had a record year about a month ago. Eight of my books, eight of my F.O.C. top 10 books, eight ended up on their top 10. They only have 10 slots. And half the time, most of those slots belong to older books that have been laboring in obscurity. And then they pop and become famous. Eight of my F.O.C. top 10 books ended up on one of their lists. That was a banner year, 2024. And we're going to have a great year in 2025 because the list kicking it off is pretty damn dope, I must say. It's a pretty dope list. It's not the greatest list, but I whittled it down to 10, and I think it's 10 you'll like. Let's see what's in the news real quick. Let's look at some news real fast, and then we're going to get into today's list. But yeah, Ed, in terms of that, I mean, dude, I can't, I can only control, I can only control what I control, man. I'm all about love, peace, and happiness. I have no ill will towards anybody. As a matter of fact, I will say this. The very last show we did was dope. I mean, dear God, it was a Star Wars anniversary show. We went out on a bang. And then we shook hands and parted ways. And I kept on keeping on. And my list is dope. I'm on my Kanye right now. Mark Spears, number 4. Mark Spears, number 4 is on the radar. I will tell you right now, the F.O.C. is coming up. It's not quite here yet. But you could just folks, it's the hottest thing. Just go ahead and pre-order it. It's the hottest thing out there. Mark Spears, number 4. Let me see what else we got going on. Do that all. Yeah, Mark Spears, who the thunk, right? Who the thunk? But along with that, let's see. Yeah, this was the big news that was taking place during the holidays. Mark Spears Monsters number 3 gets 239% orders, more than double the orders of number 2. Number 1, that first issue was so vastly underordered by the time, the news came out that it was dope. You couldn't even find the book. Most shops didn't even bother ordering it. Issue number 3 set to release January 29th, right? I've got so many copies. 42,000 copies printed. First 2 issues sold out, prompting multiple reprints due to high demand. Here's the big one, folks. Plans underway for film, TV adaptations of Mark Spears' Monsters. Dear God, listen, look, stop, look, and listen. I just make the list. I don't control the market. I had no former knowledge of any of that taking place. I don't have inside information. All right. So people used to throw out the word like 2 years back. "Oh, man, this guy gets so lucky." If once or twice would be luck in baseball parlance, I'm like batting 600-700. All right. I'm batting better than Ted Williams. You can put a statue of me in front of fucking Fenway. Okay. We're so past luck. All right. I'm actually good at this. I don't mind saying I'm good. And it's fun. And thank the few of you who follow me and hang out with me. And, I'm approachable. People that DM me on Instagram, we shoot the shit because shout out to my homeboy Mo, MA3 Comics on Instagram. Me and him, we're on the same wavelength. I've been trying to talk him into coming on the show with me, but he's a background type of guy. He's like Palpatine. He likes to work in the background, doesn't like to be. He's not Palpatine. I'm just kidding. He's not the Chancellor. But no. MA3's he's the homie. He's a cool guy. We chop it up behind the scenes on Instagram. One of my favorite books is Spider Boy. It's one of my favorite series. And of course, if you follow me, I'm a huge Rose Besh fan. This is a awesome cover. That's just an awesome cover. of Spider-Girl. She's an amazing brand new character. Yeah, this cover, Rose Best. Rose usually makes it on my FOC top 10 list, and rightfully so. Anytime one of her covers comes out, it's just amazing. And you'll see her pop up in the near future. Of course, I have multiple copies of these. Matter of fact, I have several. I can sell some if you want. I'll sell some. You already saw that. That was one. Of course, I order the actual books that's on my FOC top 10 list. I got several copies of that. The interior art, I mean, you got to be a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the interior art, but Mark Spears. New champions. New champions. Number 1. Look at that. Love that. Again, if you follow me, if you've been following me, I would have to go back 2 years ago. 2 years ago, summer of 2023. What did I say? All together, boys and girls, buy the new champions variants. I said that. I said it multiple times. It was the summer of 2023, a year and a half ago. I said, buy the new champions variants. It's too easy. I called it the easiest spec play you can possibly get into. What are we looking at now with the new champions? All of those new champion variant comics covers are going for $25 a piece. Some of them sell for $30 a piece. It was my number 1 pick 3 weeks in a row. New champions variants. I love the all new Venom. This is the Humberto Ramos wrap cover. Not going to unwrap it, but it does wrap all around the back. Love that cover. That was on my FOC top 10 list. Of course, more Mark Spears pre-orders. Number 1, reprint number 3. Third print, number 1. It's not one of the more popular covers, but I'm telling you, folks, I have over there off camera, I have an entire Mark Spears collection. I flipped a lot of early stuff, and I held on to my collection. It's pretty dope, I must say myself. Spider-Boy again, Hawkette. Love this series. It's one of my favorite series. It's a great, entertaining series. Hawkette variant. It's not her first cover. Obviously, her new champions variant cover from 2023, but this is some of her earliest appearances. She's a cool character. I got to tell y'all, this book surprised me on 2 different levels. First of all, it was one of my FOC top 10 picks. But this book surprised me because A, I was not aware that is the Kidpool version from the movie, making her comic book debut. I was not aware of that when I picked it. I thought it was the classic Kidpool. This is a alternate universe character by the name of Wanda Wilson. She is the version of Kidpool that came from the Deadpool Wolverine movie, making her comic book debut. That was the first thing that surprised me. Second thing that surprised me was how damn funny this was. This was laugh out loud funny. I mean, this was good. This was really good. This was better than I thought. I suggest you go out and buy this. It will be worth your time. You will laugh your ass off. This Kidpool version of Deadpool is funny AF. Great book. Yost, the writer, did a great job writing that character. And last but not least, dear God, it took fucking forever for this book to come out. Dude, this was on my 2023 FOC list. This joint right here popped up on my FOC list for the past 2 years. Raphael Grandpay, however you say your name. Start writing. You need to start writing as much as Hickman, or who's a prolific writer. This is a great book. He does the writing and the art. I love this. This is very brutal. This is a very brutal Batman book. I suggest everyone go out and get it. It is Black Label. That means it's a hard R. Okay. So it's highly entertaining. Turned out to be a lot better than I thought it would be. Yeah, it took 2 years, but I guess you could say it was worth the wait. It's really good. So anyway, that's the wrap up for this week. If you guys have any books that were some of your favorites, you can leave them in the comment section during this show. We're about to get into the F.O.C. top 10 for this week. But yeah, I would like to hear, New Comic Book Day. Let me know what some of your favorite books were, and let's talk about it, because that's what we're here, man. We're just here. We're just here to talk comic books. We don't want no beef. We don't want no smoke. We just want comic books, love, peace, and happiness. That's really all we want. So anyway, you know what? Let's get some music going, man. Let's get some music going. Let's talk comic books, and let's get into Bad Boy Nerds. A countdown style, meaning we start at number 10 and work our way down. Let me make sure I get this list. Dude, there's so many hot books coming out in 2025. I'm so excited, but I have to wait for the F.O.C. list, the actual week, to bring them out. So here we go. The first F.O.C. top 10 countdown list of 2025. Kicking off at number 10. Red Hawk, number 1. This in particular is part of the One World Under Doom saga. And you are looking at the Joshua Cassara previews variant. Open Order. I just love how Red Hawk is reflected in Doom's metallic visage. I just love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that whole look of that cover. Beautiful cover. All the covers are great. If you're a Red Hawk fan, you're going to be happy either way. But this one really stood out for me. And plus, it being a previews variant, I'm not sure what that means, but I believe that translates into let your comic shop know right now so they can click the box and unlock the cover to get to your store. So yeah, we're kicking it off with some nice comic book variant fire. All right. Coming in at number 9. Yeah, I mean, are you reading Spider-Boy? It's fun, dude. Honestly, it's like the most entertaining book in the market. Spider-Boy reminds me of the old, early classic Amazing Spider-Man book, where it's kind of whimsical, kind of funny. It got a little dark sometimes, but going back to well, we're not that old, so going back to Bronze Age, Copper Age, Amazing Spider-Man, like the 100s and the 200 issues before it became the 300s about Venom and everything. Those early issues when he was fighting Ace Pop Pete and Rocket Racer and Dinosaur Guy or whatever. Like that, to me, that's what Spider-Boy is. It's those early Peter Parker adventures. I absolutely love it. Oh, by the way, Spider-Girl is a legit character. All right, she's a legit character. Oh, by the way, Spider-Boy number 11 was on my F.O.C. top 10 list. The yellow school bus cover. And I'll tell you right now, the second print of that has a bullseye on top of the bus, that's actually even harder to find than the first print. So if you could find a second print, some of you didn't even know they had a second print. Yeah. They put out a second print of Spider-Boy 11 with the yellow school bus, and then they put a bullseye as a little foreshadowing on the bus. Pretty dope too, so maybe you can hunt those down. But Spider-Girl is dope. They actually, if you read this latest issue, they actually revealed what her super secret power is. She was a whole different character, and then Bullseye met her and molded her into what he wanted her to be. She's got great powers. She's got mimicking type powers, but you can't exactly mimic Echo, completely steal your powers. She can look at you and she can do her version of another character's powers. It's a pretty dope spin on a classic power set. But yeah, just on the face of Spider Boy being a very fun book to read. Number 9 on this week's list. All right, coming in at number 8. The mystery of all new Venom. I think it was cool. You know, I'm not the biggest Venom fan. There's just too many of them. It's like 50 different Venoms, right? But I do like that there's a mysterious person underneath the goo. All right. And I like the attitude of this new mystery Venom. So for me, I think it's worthy to pay attention to the series, pick it up. Just to solve the mystery of the new Venom. I think it's pretty cool to do that, and it's worth it. So that's the number 8 spot. It only gets better from here. It really starts to pick up starting with number 7. I mean, damn. I mean, damn. So Villalobos, he's got a pretty interesting style. It's like a more polished up version of Adam Hughes. Does anyone else see that? Like, this is a Villalobos. If someone told me this was Adam Hughes, I would believe them, because they both have that same kind of sparkly digital type of art. But like, Lobos takes it just to another sparkly level. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm starting to see Lobos more. When you really see it, you're like, oh shit, that's a Lobos cover. Yeah, Magic was pretty cool. It's a cool debut. You know, we all love Ileana. We all love her. But yeah, this cover right here, that cover fired. Dear God, you gotta have it. You know, Magic's one of those characters. She just looks hot no matter who draws her. It's hard to draw Magic not hot, right? And to have this cover stand out among all the rest, for me, I think that's pretty cool. This cover just stands out that much. I love that about that cover. So yeah, that comes in at number 7. It just gets starting to get really good already. We're not even halfway through. Coming in at number 6. I mean, again with cover fire, man. What's up? Shit, damn. Yo, it's none other than Raza. Dude, Raza has shown up on my F.O.C. top 10 list so many times. I can go back to 2022 and I was picking these Raza covers. Yeah, he does not fail to deliver. Who out there is reading Absolute Superman? It is awesome. I love it. I'm not even a Superman fan. Joshua Williamson, what he's doing with Superman is great. And with Jason Aaron, I think it is. Yeah, I think he's the one writing Absolute Superman. He's doing some cool shit, man. But damn, this cover, dude. And for those of you who don't know, like, Superman's suit is like its own Kryptonian AI. Like, it's an artificial intelligence. It's just badass. Yes, Absolute Batman's like the king because Batman. But dude, do not sleep on Absolute Superman. That's coming from someone who's not even a Superman fan. All right, we're getting to the halfway mark, and you guys know this is when it really starts to heat up. Coming in at number 5. Dude, when I saw this, I first saw this cover like 3 months ago, and I was like, oh snap, I can't wait for that to drop. Horror movie fan, Evil Dead fan, and I do love Elektra as Daredevil. All of that combined, Daredevil, Unleash Hell, Open Order, that is the main cover. That is the main cover as an Evil Dead homage. Love it. It is the return of Muse. It's actually a Muse copycat. It's actually a Muse. So now, yeah, we have Elektra dealing with her version of the insane serial killer Muse. Main cover, 1:25 ratio variant. Yeah, I got to cop that for sure. Ah, got to get those aminos in my system. Yeah, man. Coming in at number 5, Unleash Hell. Red band. It comes polybag. All right. Number 4 gets interesting. I'm going to warn you right now. Godzilla Ice. All right, folks. I got to take you guys back to 2021. Why? What happened in 2021? Way back in 2021, there was this badass book from Aftershock Comics. Some of you might remember it. It was called The Kaiju Score. Kaiju Score was phenomenal. It was basically a Tarantino movie taking place during a kaiju attack. I don't know where James Patrick got this idea, but he knocked it out the park. Kaiju Score is phenomenal. As a matter of fact, it has been optioned by, I believe, James Gunn's studio to be turned into a feature movie. But guys, Kaiju Score, I know this isn't even on the F.O.C. list, but the Godzilla thing, it just completely reminded me of Kaiju Score. Kaiju Score, if you're like me, if you're a Tarantino fan, if you've ever seen the movie True Romance, it's like if True Romance took place during a Godzilla attack. That's how badass the story is. That's why I had to bring up Kaiju Score, because now we're coming back to this week's number 4, which was Godzilla Heist, which in my opinion is just another version of Kaiju Score. But I'm all in on it. It is exactly what it sounds like. A heist takes place during a Godzilla attack. And as soon as I read that, I was like, well, shit, that's been done already. It was called Kaiju Score. But Godzilla's the king of the monsters, so yes, I'm all in on this. Plus, I want to get my hands on that cover B. That Reservoir Dogs homage right there, that play right there. I want to get my hands on that cover B. Both are open order. Yeah, Godzilla Heist. I'm there for it. All right, here we go. Number 3. Now, number 3 is cool, man. Number 3 is cool because if you were a fan of Spawn, I mean an original OG fan, like I am, which means you're probably a Gen Xer or Gen Y person. This goes all the way back to 1992-93. Billy Kincaid, the serial killer who was chopping up children, murdered a little girl who was featured in Spawn number 5. Folks, here we are 33 years later. They're doing a follow-up to that story. The Todd father is like, what, 50-something, damn near 60 years old? He's doing a follow-up to a story he did way back then. No Home Here tells the story about Billy Kincaid's, one of his victims, in her journey through hell. And it features a character called The Stranger, which sounds like it's going to expand the Spawn universe even more. I'm kind of excited about this because I remember reading that story when I was a teenager. And for me to be an OG and read the follow-up, that just makes my day. And that's why I got it coming in at number 3. You have a Todd Father variant. I believe that's a 1 in 50 for the black and white. But right here, I think the main cover is the play because it features the girl and the stranger character. So $2.99. Todd likes to make all his books $2.99. God bless him for that. So yeah, too easy, folks. Coming in at number 2, none other than New Champions. I was around when, was it 2020, I think it was, when Strange Academy debuted. I was fortunate enough, by then I knew what an F.O.C. was. I ordered 2 of every cover that came out of the first issue of Strange Academy. Will this be as big as Strange Academy? I don't know. Will this be as big as Young Avengers? I don't know. But here's what I do know. Did any of us think Miles Morales would become what he became when he came into our world? Did anyone think that Robbie Reyes would become what he became? Did anyone think that Jake Gomez would blow up? When a new character comes out, you never really know what they are. Just buy the book. It's an easy spec play. It's great to have in your catalog. Magnetrix cover debut, and Monty, the Magician. This is a cool book. I read the first issue. I liked it a lot. I'm always excited when they debut new characters. Like I said, you never know what they can turn into. Every character is a completely brand new character, basically shadowing some of their favorite heroes. If you were around back in, I think, 2014, 2015, when the Young Avengers debuted, I wasn't even reading comic books when the Young Avengers debuted. I was taking like a comic book sabbatical. And then Young Avengers became what they became with Kate Bishop and all of them. So here we are, new champions number 2. They'll probably be making several appearances on my F.O.C. top 10 list. All right, folks, here we go. Number 1, this week's F.O.C. top 10. Who is number 1? It always comes down to who is number 1 on J-Dub's F.O.C. top 10 list. It can't be it can't be anyone else. It's Dr. Doom, folks. It's daggone Victor Von Doom. It can only be Doom. One world under Doom. One world under Doom. Yeah, he's taking over the entire Marvel universe. All right. I mean, he's the Sorcerer Supreme, Blood Hunt number 5. He gets the Sorcerer Supreme mantle. He is completely rewriting the world, completely rewriting the rules. He's affecting everything and everybody. From all the previews that I've read, this is going to be a hell of a ride. And it all kicks off in Fantastic Four, I think 28, I believe it is. Fantastic Four 28 or Fantastic Four. Let me see. I actually wrote that down. No. No. Give me this, motherfucker. Let's see. One World Under Doom reading order kicks off with Fantastic Four. Oh, get past the gibberish. 28. Yes, it starts there. But for this F.O.C. top 10 list, number 1, One World Under Doom. And of course, Rose Besh, my girl, who's adorable, by the way. I follow her on Instagram. Yes, the Rose Besh variant along with the main cover. The main cover is always the play. All the covers are great. I'm not going to say ignore the other covers, but you got to at least secure the main cover. But myself, and me, I will be getting the Rose Besh variant. So there you have it, folks. Kicking off 2025. Let's do the recap. We're going to run through it really quickly. Red Hawk number 1, cool ass Casera variant, Doom and Red Hawk. Number 9, Spider Boy, because it's fun. 8, all new Venom mystery. Oh, versus Eddie Brock. 7, Magic Villalobos variant, hot, cover fire. 6, damn, Raza, again, Raza, Absolute Superman number 4. Daredevil, Unleash Hell, Red Band, Evil Dead homage. Godzilla Heist, Kaiju Score did it first. Let's see if Godzilla Heist does it better. 33 years in the making, No Home Here, Todd McFarlane's follow-up. New champions, new characters, new debuts, and of course, One World Under Doom. Pre-order these, folks. These things sell out quick. There'll be plenty of Dooms. All the stores are going to go crazy on the Doom orderings. That won't be a problem at all. That will not be a problem. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, I have way too many books. I got to get rid of some of these books. I should do a IG live sale. If I do a live sale, you guys can show up. I just got books, a stack of books. I got a lot. I got some Mark Spears. This is still selling pretty healthy. If I do an IG live sale, Instagram live, you guys show up, buy direct. I'll combine shipping. I'll put them all in a nice box, ship them to you at a flat rate price. Yeah, we're gonna do dollar bin sales. What is this? This is a $6 book. I'll be selling books like this for like $3. Everything I'm gonna sell is gonna be near mint plus because I only buy near mint plus, literally near mint plus, like 9.6 or higher. I just got a lot of doubles and shit because I do my F.O.C top 10 list. I actually buy all the books because I'm nuts. So I got a lot of doubles and like I got a lot of these. All right, I got a lot of those. I got RuneScape. That's a low print book. But yeah, a lot of these. Yeah, I'll put it out on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put that out there. I'll let you know. I'll go live. I'll throw on some music. I'll pop some popcorn. Mix your favorite drink. Hang out with me. If I do a live sale, let's just have fun. I'll throw up some books. I'll put up some prices. You can make an offer. I'll be like, yo, I'm selling this for $12. You be like, J-Dub, you're out your mind, but I'll buy it for $8. I'll be like, cool, you got it. It's yours. It goes kind of like that. If I was to run a comic book shop, and then we're going to get out of here. If I was gonna run a comic book shop, I would just haggle. I'd be like, yo, I got such and such book. I want 150. And then some kid be like, well, I only have $100 and I got it from my mom. Be like, hey kid, here, it's yours. Give me that $100. What do you say? See if we get to the string. Oh, wait a minute. You talking about that one behind me? You talking about this one? No, this is Strange Academy. This is a 1 in 50, my friend. This is not a 120. This is the 1 in 50 Breakfast Club variant signed by Scotty Young, sir. That's what this is one of the hardest ones to get. I bought this early, like year one. I bought this. And what I paid for it is like going for triple the amount. I'll probably never sell it. But I'll tell you what, I do. I got some Miles Moraleses. The Miles Morales. I got some Miles Moraleses. I'll sell those because I got a few of them. I bought a few Miles Morales Ultimate Fallout number 4s. I got 3 copies. So I'll put those up for sale. But yeah, anyway, hey guys, for the ones of you that hang out live, I appreciate y'all. Y'all make it fun. My homie Ed, I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you all on Instagram at where's that at? Move, banner. Move, boom, there. At the Bad Boy Nerd on Instagram. That's me. All right, guys, y'all take care. Let's do this. Where's the outro video? Later, Gators.